Hey, it's me, breaking free, or Alex. So today I wanted to talk about being a new kid at school. Because I think all of us at one point or another have been the new kid and have felt that sinking feeling of going to all of your classes and not knowing anybody. It's awful. And if any of you haven't experienced that, imagine 8 hours in a crowded, smelly high school full of other kids, and you don't know any of them. And you go to all of your classes and are expected to either work with these people or whatever, and you don't know any of them. Yeah, it really sucks. Fortunately for me, the only time that I was a new kid was in first grade. So, I mean, we were all still pretty nice at that point. And so they all kind of welcomed me and they let me join them and become one of them. I went to a small high school, or I'm going to a small high school. There used to be about 20 people in each grade. Now, I say used to be. Well, 2 years ago, another small school in the area closed. And we live next to a kind of big town, and so it made sense that the kids there would go to the big school in that town. But a lot of them came to my school, and it we were all really afraid and nervous because we were thinking, oh, 5 to 10 kids in each grade from that other school. And we were thinking, oh my gosh, this is scary. We were afraid. What if these people were big and scary and didn't like us? And yeah, this was 2 years ago. I was like, 15. I was afraid. And we were terrified. Because, well, we're comfortable with the way things are. We were comfortable with the way things were, and we were just afraid that things were going to change. We knew that they were, and we were just afraid. And so that our tiny town life was going to change, because we had all known each other since first grade. I mean, when you go to school with the same 20 kids for 10 years, you really get to know them, whether you want to or not. And that was basically what these kids were used to, and what we were used to. They had all grown up together, and we had all grown up together. And a bunch of them came to our school, and it was terrifying. I had never walked into my high school thinking, I don't know any of these kids. I had never done that. Not in the high school, anyway. And it was scary because there were so many new people. I felt like a new kid, even though, I was the kid that had gone there for 10 years. And I can only imagine how awful they must have felt. They lost a bunch of their friends, and some of them came here, and I know my grade got at least, I think, 10 new kids last year mixed with this year. We went from classes the size of 20 kids, where you interact with everybody, to the size of like 30 and 35 up to 40. We grew so much. It was ridiculous. Our way of life was forever changed because of these kids, and it changed for the better. And now, before they came, I didn't really have many friends. I was just kind of a floater. At our school, either you're part of the sporty group and you do sports and you're popular and you kind of date around and, I don't know, you talk to kids from other schools, you're popular, whatever. You're either one of those or you're not. And if you're not, then you're part of those people are like crazy about sports. And if you're not crazy about sports, if you're crazy about something else, you're cast aside and you're put into the outcast category. So if you're crazy about like Tumblr or math or reading or something else totally awesome, just like sports, you're put in the outcast category. And it sucks. That's where I was. And that's where I was for a long time. I'm pretty versatile. I can go up to anybody and kind of talk to them and make a conversation, and I'll make it work. But I had one really close friend, but he moved to a different high school when we went to high school. So my freshman year really sucked. I didn't really I didn't really hang out with anybody, so I was just kind of on my own. I was a loner, which is not good for me because I thrive off of close friendships, off of, you know, being with a friend a lot and stuff like that. And that's it's kind of my way of interacting with people. And so when all these new kids came, I thought, hey, maybe I'll make a friend. And so I tried to be as nice as possible to these people and as welcoming as possible, because the thing that I found out right away is these were rich, diverse people. They were awesome. And I quickly found out that our original high school paled in comparison to what it is now and what their high school must have been like. All of these people that came to our school are so rich in their talents and in their interests, and they don't care. They aren't like the girls at my high school who only think you're cool if you show your cleavage and let your butt hang out of your shorts during the summer. They aren't like that. Some were, obviously, but a lot of them weren't. A lot of them were like me. They were like, whatever, I don't care. That's cool. They kind of rolled with it. And you know what? I fit in with them, and I tried my best to make them feel welcome, and I was quickly surrounded by people from that school. That's who my friends were. That's who I hung out with. I ended up dating one of them. Didn't last very long. And then, I mean, over the summer I didn't really talk to much of anybody except for this one girl that I had become best friends with, who is actually in one of my videos, Hannah. And she's in the video Hannah Alex or whatever that I uploaded. It was us together in one of my classes just kind of talking and stuff, and it's a good video. You should check it out. I'll put a link or something to it. But anyway, yeah, it was just, when they came, I wanted them to feel welcome, because I vaguely remembered when I was in first grade, I cried. I cried the first day I came to my school, and it was emotional for me, and I didn't want to come. I didn't want to go to a new school. I didn't want to meet new people. I didn't want to. And I could only imagine how they felt. They probably wanted their high school back. Yeah, their high school closed. Their building was destroyed. I can't even imagine how much pain they must have been through. Because you know what? My school was in danger of that about, I don't know, 7 years ago. They were like, yeah, you know what? You have small numbers. We might close you down and send your kids off to those other bigger schools. But no, they didn't. And you know what? Now we have really high numbers. And we're growing again, which is awesome. But I tried to empathize with them, and you know what? They have made our high school so much better. I just want to thank all of them for coming and for making all of our lives so much better, because they are awesome. And sometimes they might feel like they don't fit in here, but you know what? I think they do. They tell me they felt like their old high school was a big family. I always felt like mine was. I just hope that eventually they can feel like our high school is one big family. And when I say our high school, I mean new kids and old kids alike. I hope that we can all mix together, which we seem to have. It's been about 2 years, and my friend group now consists of a couple kids from the original high school and a couple of the new kids, which is just stupid. They aren't new. They belong here. And couldn't be happier. I love the kids that I've befriended. And you know what? They say they're happy. I hope so. So you know what? If you're the new kid, don't be afraid to reach out. Because yeah, you're gonna meet some mean people, but you're gonna meet some awesome ones. And it might take some time to find some good ones, but you'll find them. And if you notice a new kid, just talk to them. I'm not saying you have to be their best friend forever and ever, but talk to them. I mean, if you've never been through what being a new kid is like, you're lucky, because it sucks. And they're going through a lot of hard things. Just talk to them. Be their friend. Just be there for them, at least during the transition period, because they'll eventually find their own groups and they'll fit in eventually. At least most do. But even this year, a couple kids transferred from, like, a kid would go from their high school to, I don't know, the big school or whatever. They wouldn't like it, and then they'd come here. like, we're still getting new people from that high school, and I don't know. I'm really hoping they're fitting in. A lot of them, I don't know, kind of avoid me because either we're not really compatible types, like the really sporty guys kind of refuse to talk to me most of the time, which, hey, you know what? I don't really care. They're just not people I'd want to spend my time with. But anyway, be nice to people, because you know what? If you see an unfamiliar face, be nice to them. It might make their day. I can only imagine the pain they went through. And you know what? I love them all so much. They are so awesome. My current boyfriend is from there, and he's fantastic. All of my current friends are just amazing, and everybody else is just great. So, thank you for coming to our high school, and I wish I had been able to either visit your school or go there because it sounded so awesome and so great. It sounded amazing. And it's really awful that it had to close, but I'm glad that you found a home here. And if you haven't yet, I pray that you will. And if you want, come talk to me. I'll talk to you. I don't care. We'll add you into our group. My group of friends is pretty inviting to any new people. We don't really care. We'll talk to you. So, thanks for coming, and we love you, and we really treasure you, and we value you. Make new friends. Try. Get out of your shell and talk to people, because you know what? Half the kids I talked to probably didn't want to talk to anybody. They wanted to, like, I remember one person I talked to said that they were just going to trudge through this year, and they weren't going to talk to anybody, and they were just going to get through high school and go on and move on. But you know what? I kind of threw a wrench in that plan because I talked to them. And I became their friend. And now, you know what? They're enjoying this year. At least they're fairly enjoying it. So you know what? Maybe you can completely save somebody's whole year and make it a heck of a lot better than it was going to be. You can really change lives. High schoolers, teenagers are just they're so emotional and they're so insecure, and we crave interaction, and we want to be loved, and we want to have friends, and we want to, we want to be funny, we want to be attractive and fun, and we want to be elite or whatever. I mean, each teenager desires at least a couple things. They want to be loved or something, and you know what? Sometimes if you're not finding those things, it's because you're not talking to people. And yeah, it sucks. You know what? I wish people would come talk to you and find you, but sometimes you gotta go out there and find them yourself. Because you know what? Those people wouldn't have talked to me unless I talked to them first. That's just how they were. They were quiet kids, so. But I don't regret anything. It was great. It was just awesome. So I'm glad y'all came here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time at the high school, because I'm certainly enjoying spending it with you guys. So thank you for coming, and I love you all, and I pray that you all can find people that you relate with and that you want to spend time with and that you love. So stay cool, and don't forget to subscribe and check out my Tumblr, and if you're into that kind of thing. So I'll see you next time.